What are you trying to do, Ben? What do you need help with? Let me help you.
Ben, what's this?
Hey, I'm Malik. Oh my God, what happened? I'm Malik. It's John.
Hey, look at me, it's Ben. Hey, it's Ray.
Here we are, episode 5. Walk around Oahu as a leak.
Hey,
Are you gonna slam the leak? Are you gonna slam the camera with the leak?
Yeah. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoy.
One wave. Say hi. Who's this? Just the story. Gotta keep. How much was that?
Yeah.
Day 3 where it was like, okay, like, not finishing it is not an option.
Absolutely.
But like, this is not gonna be fun. Like, this is gonna hurt.
Yeah.
And this is gonna require a lot of like mental fortitude to like finish this thing. It was like, and that was the other thing too. Like on day 3, it was like, okay, another 6 miles. Like that's 2 hours. Like just me and my thoughts, and now everything hurts, and you're just like, and you're just like walk, and you're like, oh man, I don't want to.
It started out where like it started out that like we were hanging out, we were talking, we were walking next to each other. It was like fun almost, like it was like exciting, but like through Honolulu and the rest of the way, we like didn't even walk next to each other. Yeah. It was like Joe was always out in front because he's like somehow was like just do it good.
So Ben was out in front for the majority of day 2, and then the majority of day 3, I think you were out in front again. But like when we got to the, like I would say almost the last stop, I forget what the name of the beach is, where everyone came.
Hawaii
Jay
Kai.
came, my wife came.
Yeah.
Yeah, when we got to Hawaii Kai, from there it's like the Lava Coast Highway, and it's very much uphill. I don't know what happened, but somehow like I was just like, I'm in the zone. I just felt so good going up that hill.
It was that McDonald's you got.
Yeah, that did happen too. So we got into Honolulu, and I wanted McDonald's so bad. I was like, I can't wait for McDonald's. And then we just never got to a McDonald's. I was like freaking out. And my body was like really sore. And then we found a McDonald's, but you had to like jump to a hedgerow.
It was not at a stop. It was in the middle of a walk.
Yeah, because they kept going, and I was like,
I think we just like laid down.
Yep, because I was like, you guys keep going. I'm gonna grab McDonald's. I'll catch back up. And I like busted through this hedgerow, like put an order in, talked the guy and let me use the bathroom. Came out, washed my hands, of course. Come out, grab my McDonald's, and then like try to catch up. And by the time I got 100 yards down the road, and they had stopped and like waited for me in some shade. So I caught up with them, crushed my McDonald's, and then I don't know what, shout out to McDonald's, I don't know what it was, like the McDonald's and like getting that like little goal that I wanted, which was the McDonald's, I literally had no pain for like a mile. Like after I ate that, I literally was like on high, I didn't feel pain, I felt so good. And that was like where we met up with yourself, we met up with a bunch of other people, and then we came in, and then like my wife was there.
That part too, like now we're out of Honolulu, and in my mind I'm just like, the only other time I've done this is the Hawaii Honolulu marathon, and for some reason, or I guess and also our hike down there, but it was backwards. For some reason I was like, it's right there. Like we're down at Honolulu, the next one's Hawaii Kai, that's the next stop, that's the last big stop for like the final, still like 15 miles. But it was like, that's a huge thing. Now we're going home. Like we're going back up home. And it like kept going. And it kept going. And then he got McDonald's. And like I didn't feel happy because I didn't eat McDonald's. I was like, I'm not eating McDonald's right now. There's no way. But then we see the next like surprise was Ray, Caroline, and Ceci go like flying past us. And we're like, whoa, there they are. Like, we didn't know they were coming to meet up with us, and they ended up hopping out of their car and like running back to catch up with us, and that felt awesome. And I was like, oh, that's great. I'm motivated. My buddies are here. They're like hanging out with us. And Ray and Caroline are like all in great spirits, and they're like the most positive people in the world. and it was like awesome. It was super helpful. But even then, it like still seemed like that walk took forever. And it was like there was a mood change. They got there, it was like awesome. We were talking again. It was like happy. They were like telling us about their day. And it was like different than ours, and it wasn't miserable. And then it's just like it took so long to get to that Hawaii Kai stop still. I guess it's just far. I don't know. But like even with that positiveness, it was still miserable.
Shout out Caroline came and she was talking to me for like 20 minutes, like you said, like on high, like super happy to see everybody. And then at some point it was just like, okay, that was nice. We're still walking. And it was just like 20 minutes. Caroline's like walking next to me. I was like not talking to her. I'm like, I'll put my music back on. I hate everything again, you know. And then we finally got to that. It wasn't our last. Met up with Jay and Lindsay and yourself, a few other people. But yeah, brought us a ton of food. Malasadas. Nicole was there.
Yep, the wife showed up.
Food. It was awesome.
How's that? Was that the first time she saw you during the whole thing?
It was, yeah. So I had originally tried to get her to hang out with Micah the whole time, and my wife's like she teaches online, so she really couldn't escape and hang out the whole time. And then she also didn't want to like sit in the car the whole time and just be like hot and miserable. So I was like, no problem. Like maybe you can link up with us some other time in the trip. And then she came out and surprised me. She like hooked up. Got with Jay, I think, and then rode out with Jay and his girlfriend. I forget her name now, I'm sorry. Lindsay. I'm really bad at names.
Gotcha, Lindsay.
Yeah, apologize, Lindsay. Anyway, so yeah, they all rode out. The three of them came out together to see us with everybody else, with the crew. But yeah, it was a really big surprise though to see her there. It was really cool. So that was awesome.
Yeah, Hawaii Kai was 115 miles in. So this was like, we're not done, but like,
we're close.
This is it. Like
15 miles at this point seemed like a joke. Like we were just gonna like knock it out of the park.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
you
15
just
miles.
fall 15 miles or something.
Yeah.
And at this point, like I know myself, and I think Ben too, our shins right above where our ankles
Anterior tibialis muscle.
Yeah, was just on fire, just from step. You know, when you run, you know maybe your hips hurt, but just from walking. Yeah.
Let's talk about the jelly bean.
The jelly bean, yeah. I mean, that didn't really. My feet felt fine. It was just that one muscle that was sore. I had a little compadre with me. We found him back at end of, I think maybe midday 2, and then he really shined at the end of day 2. Our little jelly bean. It was like a toe growing off my toe. It's a little blister. Yeah, he was hanging out.
So. Finish this stop, you've got like 15 miles left. Were you having any doubts, or you're saying like it seemed like it was nothing? Was that kind of like the case stepping off, or how'd that feel stepping off for that last leg?
Terrible. I didn't want to keep going. You know, those things were like, me personally at least, I was like, this is gonna be terrible. But we were so close, so you can't not. Like I said before, not finishing was not an option. It was just like, here's the last 15, you know, let's get to the lighthouse. And then from there, we'll just
not a good, like a lot of elevation change, right?
It's all uphill.
Yeah.
Like as soon as we stepped off, it was actually steep. It was the first time it was steep.
Yep.
Going up the hill to Hanama Bay.
Yep. And that's, for me, all I could think of was the hill up to Hanama Bay. And the Lava Coast Highway portion is like the most dangerous technical part. Because you are constantly crossing the whole road. Like you'll go to a corner, and you're in like a blind corner, and it's a rock wall and maybe 2 feet, and then cars. So you have to cross the road to then be on the other side, so you're not gonna be hit by a car. And then once you get around that, it would go back another blind corner that you were on, so you have to cross again. So me personally, I didn't think of, there's 2 big hills in that section. One's that go up to Hanama Bay, and the other one's that go up to the lighthouse. I didn't even think about the one going to the lighthouse. The only thing I had in my head was the one up to Hanama Bay, which was like right in front of me, and then the Lava Coast Highway.
And you can see from the pictures, there's no sidewalk. It's like, it's like probably 2 feet wide from the outside of the lane to the physical metal barrier that stops you from driving off a cliff.
There were times that was so narrow and like sketchy that we like were walking on the outside of the guardrail, which is like, it's not like it's a guardrail for like just like I don't know,
Pedestrians.
like looks
Right.
or whatever.
It's a
What's the word?
guardrail to protect you
Aesthetics?
from going off the cliff.
Yeah, it's not like an aesthetics guardrail. It's like there's the road and then there's a 100-foot cliff into the ocean. And we picked walking on the outside of the guardrail on like sketchy rocks to a 100-foot cliff because of how small like the shoulder of the road was. You good?
Oh, the old allergies coming back. Oh,
Yeah, we got through the Lava Coast Highway, and then I don't know the name of that beach past Lava Coast Highway. Sandy's Beach. There was a
Huge
raging party going. It was probably 2 miles long. Just thousands of people.
And it's like one of the first weeks where it's like you can go back to the beach.
Yeah.
Like, you know, families can be together, but you're like still social distancing.
And it was like no
Very
parties,
large
all
family.
that stuff, and there was just thousands of cars. And people were like doing burnouts, like drag racing on the thing. And I'm at this point wearing all pink. I'm wearing pink shorts. I'm wearing an SPF pink like fishing shirt, long sleeves with a hood. You'll see in a photo maybe. And I'm just like all in pink. I'm in front by myself. I'm like 100 meters ahead of these guys, and I'm like, wow, I am really singled myself out at this point. I'm really feeling, this whole time I've been like, I'm doing it right, you know, I'm staying cool, I'm eating good, you know, I'm stretching. And this was the first part where I started to really feel like social anxiety, where I was like, maybe I need to slow down. Like these people, everyone's looking at me. Like I felt a little awkward. And then once you get through that, then you hit that next big hill.
That big hill to the lighthouse, yeah.
Yeah, that goes for maybe 2 miles. It seemed to go for 2 miles.
Felt like ever.
Yeah, it goes forever. See, like in a car, it's like, oh, this is a terrible hill. On foot, at like mile
After
120. Yeah, it's a pretty big hill. So we got there, and that was, I think, like our last official stop.
That was our last official stop.
Last
that
like
felt,
logistics stop.
That felt good.
Yeah.
I think we all got there and we're like, okay, like it's
Yeah.
downhill. Last 8 miles, like
That's when you knew.
That's when we knew we were doing good. We're like, all right, we made it through the hairy part. We all like got together. We had a big wave. I think each had a Pedialyte. Took some pictures at the lighthouse.
And Micah parked her car up at the top there, and she like from the lighthouse ran back to what's that cockroach beach like right next to the blowhole. I don't know if that's even like the real names.
It was like in the Lava Coast Highway. Though.
Yeah, she ran back probably like 2.5 miles and linked up with us. That was surprising. And she walked with me, and that was helpful.
Yeah.
I was like walking backwards because like it felt better. I don't even know if that's a thing.
Yeah, because the right here, the shins just felt so bad.
So she was like,
backwards.
she was like holding my hand, and like dragging me up this hill.
I didn't have that shin problem. I never changed my shoes. My shins did not hurt. I had a blister on top of my left foot though.
Oh yeah.
It was like the size of 2 tablespoons. It was like a 1/2 inch deep yellow blister.
That's an odd way to measure it.
It was just, man, it was like 2 tablespoons side by side, upside down. It was awful. And I had gotten a tattoo on my foot like maybe 2.5 months prior to this, and it was over the majority of the tattoo on my foot. And I was like, oh no, I'm gonna ruin this tattoo. And it actually all worked out. But yeah, it was this big gross blister full of fluid.
So what time did you guys make it to the lighthouse?
Set.
Yeah.
6.
Yeah, it was just about sunset, right?
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
You rested for like 30, 45 minutes.
Yeah, we didn't sleep this time.
That was another quick one, I think.
That was a quick one.
Got some food, had a beer,
Took a picture.
and got a pic. Yeah, it's beautiful there. It really is. The whole time, it's like amazing views.
Mm-hmm.
And then from there was like kind of another tricky downhill part with like bends and not a lot of extra room. And it, you know, in my mind at least, I'm sure everybody's mind, it's like you come down from the lighthouse, then you're in Waimanella, and then you're at our house. And it's like, you know, in your mind, it's like you like remember like you're like, oh yeah, there's a beach, and then there's a little town, and then like there's our right-hand turn to our neighborhood. That is not how it played out.
That